Good morning and welcome to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh. Happy Thursday here on this first week of the fall semester. How we doing? We're still getting accustomed to things. I know I am. This summer semester, I was only here on campus one day, and it would only just be for a handful of hours. Like, there would be some days that on campus I was here maybe 2 hours at the most, and now I'm here a longer chunk of the week. I'm going to be here more days a week for sure, just because, obviously bigger class load, more media club events, more to come on that later on in the show. But let's go ahead and get a quick check here of your weather. Let's take a look. Hey, look, a KFC ad. I love these ads that pop up anytime I want to pull up the weather. Like, I'm hungry. Okay, I get it, but I'm broke. Like, give me a second, KFC. Man. Here we go with the weather. In Windsor, we're currently looking at 85 degrees, a high of 93, a low of 65, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 1 mile per hour. Currently in Loveland, we are looking at 82 degrees, a high of 91, a low of 66, sunny skies, wind gusts of a whopping 2 miles per hour. Currently in Fort Lupton, we are looking at 84 degrees, a high of 93, a low of 64, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 2 miles per hour. And on the home campus of Greeley, we are looking at 82, a high of 94, a low of 66, sunny skies, and no wind. Coming up on our next segments here on the Dumpster Fire, we will be going over some of the big events coming up here at Ames. I can't talk today. Over the coming weeks, including one that's going to happen tonight if you got your country boots on. Ha ha ha. I myself am not a country person. If you've heard the show long enough, you know the only boots I got are for stomping in skulls. But I digress. Plus, we will have a brand new drink. I haven't tried this on the show yet. It's not an energy drink, but I'm going to try it live on air here for all of you to give you my thoughts on that, as plus all the fun and entertainment that you've come to expect from the Dumpster Fire. But before we do that, we're going to get some music going here. I got a double dose of the Fugees going on. Still excited about that show coming up November the 2nd at the Ball Arena. The Fugees and Miss Lauryn Hill, they are back. They will be performing, according to the poster, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album in its entirety. The Fugees will be putting on a great set as well. It is a co-headlining show after all. Going to be a fun time, but let's keep it going. Up next, we got Ready or Not by the Fugees and Killing Me Softly, also by the Fugees. Enjoy. But anywho's, I'm back now. Technical issues, folks. It happens to us all. That's just the joy of live production. But anywho's, up tonight in the Welcome Center from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. The Welcome Center, that big old gigantic building right when you pull up to campus. It is a very lovely building where you go get registered for all of your classes. You speak with an advisor. The financial aid office is over there, as well as the auditorium and the ballrooms that we use for events, graduations. I should know. I did 2 of them in there this past year. That was awesome. And I'm working my way to number 3. But I digress. Enough about me, because I can just talk about myself all day. But anywho's, tonight, from 4 to 7 p.m. in the Welcome Center, we have the Country Kick-Up Line Dancing AIM Scholarship Fundraiser. Country Kick-Up, awesome group. They put on line dancing demonstrations. They're a lively bunch. They get the whole crowd energized, so bring your dancing boots, bring your dancing skills. Come on out. It's all for a great cause to raise money for that Ames scholarship, which I know has helped out many a student here at Ames over the last couple of years. Country Kick-Up, if you're familiar with them, they do a lot of events around the Greeley area. They actually did a small demonstration for the alumni social that they did at the Greeley Stampede, which your boy was at over the summer. And it was quite a bit of fun. They showed you your dancing, and then afterwards, once they were done, then we went to the rodeo finals that night, which were sold out in the arena, and we got to go. It was included in the price of the ticket that we bought for the alumni social, so that was really cool. Definitely enjoyed the rodeo. That was the first rodeo I had been to in probably 20 years. So yeah, last time I went, I was 7. I'm 27 now. So there you go. Country Kick-Up also, they are a regular presence at the Friday Fest here in downtown Greeley, which you will also find many AIM students at on Friday nights. It's a fun time, live music. They have fire dancing, the live music, balloon animals, bubble machines, henna drawings, the whole 9 yards, just the communities out there. It's just a fun time for everybody. Beverages, fun, music all around. Come on out. It does cost $15 because you do have to purchase a ticket to go to this fundraiser, because it is a fundraiser after all. We need the money. Just give me one moment here, folks. It should be a grand old time. Also, this Wednesday, if you want to learn more about clubs and organizations here on campus and just how to get involved and maybe even meet more fellow students, as well as enjoy some free food, shameless plug, we have the Fall in Greeley event this coming up Wednesday, August 30th from 11 a.m. to 1:30, and this will be in the Student Commons here on the Ames campus. We're going to have plenty of space. The Media Club, which I myself am your presidente, I take a bow. We will be there. We will have a table set up right now tentatively. We are going to have a ring toss game set up. We are going to have drinks, recruitment stickers, but not just for my club, but all the other clubs and organizations on campus. There will be tables. Get to learn more about them. It gives you an opportunity to learn more about just what Ames is about, meet fellow students who are also interested in the same thing that you're wanting to study. We have clubs for everything. On top of being the president of the Media Production Club, I myself am a member of the Ames Games Club. They are a fun, lively group. Board games, video games. If it's gaming, you are more than welcome. I absolutely love being part of that community as well. So there is something for everyone, and there is nothing wrong with being part of more than one club. It just helps build that sense of community, getting to meet people who are interested in the same thing as you. It's a lot of fun. Come out, come one, come all. We're going to have plenty of food. And who doesn't love free food? I know this guy does. Like right now, my breakfast is consisting of some of the Belvita snacks that were being given out on Tuesday as part of the welcome activities. So I know I like free food because right now your boy is broke. But that was on me. That was my fault. Also, coming up later in the month, but I'll go ahead and plug it in now. Let's see. September 30th, and this is a yearly tradition. I love it. It's a blast here on campus. The Great Aardvark Embark, that's a lot of words, hot air balloon launch. That will be going on Saturday, September 30th from 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. at the Cornerstone Building here on the western edge of campus. It's quite a fun event. They have a huge lawn out there. You get to see hot air balloons up close and personal and watch them launch. It is really a sight to behold. It's absolutely a lot of fun. It can be a little nippy because we are getting into October at that time of year, but it is just absolutely a blast to see. Watch the sunrise, watch the hot air balloons rise. You know, bring warm snacks, bring a blanket if need be because it can be nippy. But other than that, for events, that's all we got going on for right now. Also, keep in mind, if you are online on the Ames website, so you go to events.ames.edu. Once again, that is events.ames.edu. So check out all of the upcoming events here on campus, and not just our campus, but other campuses throughout the area as well. The Windsor campus, the Fort Lupton campus, the Loveland campus. We got events going on everywhere, because Ames is everywhere, baby! Woo. And for those of you wondering, no, I have not consumed an energy drink today. I'm just feeling energetic today. I like it. You know, it's a new semester. It's time to hit the ground running. And we're just going to keep it going here with more music. And up in our next segment, I'm going to talk about something that's been kind of driving some of us crazy here in the Greeley area over the last couple of days. Stay tuned. Up next, we got Honey, I'm Good by Andy Grammer, followed by Burn by Megadeth, and Girlfriend by NSYNC here on Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh, still here with you on this lovely Thursday. And up on our next segment, this has been going on for the last week, feels like. And it's starting to drive me nuts. So I'll lay it for you. This past Friday, I was working a 10-hour shift at work. I wanted to get off early, so I started really early, and I worked 10 hours so I could get off early and actually have some time to do something with my life other than work and school. It was about 4:30 p.m. My shift was scheduled to go from 7 to 5. 4:30, I'm thinking, yes, I'm in the home stretch. I'm going to finish this shift off, and I'm going to have some fun. The power goes out. I think, oh no. I let my boss know. It's about 4:30. I think, okay, half an hour, and I was supposed to be off anyways. It's not too big a deal, right? No. And you would think, oh, the power should be back on momentarily. No, I wish. The power did not come back on until almost 7:45 that night. We were right, my mother was right in the middle of cooking dinner right when the power went out. We had to improvise. Thankfully, we have a gas grill out on our back patio. So it's like, oh, no electricity, no problem. We'll just grill on the back. It was raining. So we had to wait for the rain to subside long enough for us to go and use the grill. It was a pain. And not only that, keep in mind, Friday, it was an extraordinarily hot day. It was almost 100 degrees. So we have no power, no AC, no nothing. So it was miserable, not going to lie. We, even with the windows open and everything and just trying to just cool off as best we could, there was just no way. And we thought, okay, maybe that was just, a fluke. It happens. Last night, and this one irritated me, my shift goes from 1:30 to 10. It's about 6:20. I think, okay, well, my lunch is coming up. Oh, it shouldn't be too bad. It's like I'm already halfway through my shift. Just have some lunch, come back, knock out the second half. All done. It'll be quick, right? 6:20, the power goes out. Again. But this time, it's a tease. The power goes out. It's about 2 minutes. We think, oh no, here we go again. The power comes back on. I think, okay, not that bad. I go to turn on my computer. The power goes off again. And this time, the power doesn't come back until about 7:15. I think, oh no, okay. I let my boss know. Thankfully, Excel sends out little emails saying, hey, there's an outage. So I was covered there. It's about 7:15. I think, okay, we're back. We're back, right? And I swear, this was a tease. I got my computer turned on. I got signed back up. I got logged back into my computer because we have to log into a VPN and all the other fancy security gizmos when you work from home. I take my first call. Halfway through this call, I hear a slight buzzing, and I think, wait, what's going on? And then I see a brief flicker, and I think, no, please, not again. Everything goes back up. We think, okay, no, we're good. Right as I'm getting close to ending this call, the power goes out again. By this point, I am steaming. I just about like threw my chair across the room because I wasn't just worried about it's like, boss, I'm not trying to shirk my job here. This power grid is literally so unstable right now. And then at the same time, I think, okay, this is a pain because, this customer that I had on the line, they were already not too happy. So now what are they going to think, that I just hung up on him? It's like, no, bro, my power is dead. My power grid in my neighborhood is so unstable. And this is happening in several other spots. I have coworkers at my job that they also, they work from home. They live in different parts of the city. And it was happening to them too. So it wasn't just me. The power did not, and then the power would do the same thing. It went off at about 7:20, went out again. It was about 8:10 when it came back. So I think I turned my computer on again. I don't even get to finish logging in before it goes off again. By the time it comes back again, it's about 8:45. I have a little over an hour. I have like an hour and 15 left in my shift. And it's still kind of flickering. So I just gave up. I was like, no, I'm not going to do this again. I am not going to do this circus again where I'm going to get logged in and then boom. I was not too happy. And once again, yesterday, extraordinarily hot day. I get it, obviously everybody has their ACs cranked up. We haven't had to use them very much considering all the rain we've gotten this summer. But it's just been maybe at the most, a week or tops of these really hot temperatures. And we're just losing power like this. It is driving me nuts. Like, this is affecting my day job. This is affecting my money, my paper. Like, please get it together. Like, good Lord. But enough of my ranting about the power grid. I mentioned I had a new drink on this show, and I'm going to drink it. This is Liquid Death Severed Lime Flavored Sparkling Water. It comes in a tall boy can. So keep in mind, when I first heard about Liquid Death, I had no idea what it was. At first, I thought it was like a hard seltzer with a lot of alcohol. It's not. For anybody listening, it's not. It's just plain old water in a tall boy can. Really nice, really cold can. It's a 19.2 fluid ounce can. It's kind of a unique tall boy. It's a very narrow tall boy. It says, "Murder your thirst." Man, I hope so. According to the can, this ruthless tall boy of flavored sparkling water has a twisted plan to use natural agave and exploding bubbles to murder your thirst and recycle your soul. Can my soul be recycled? Do I have a soul that can be recycled? Depending on who you ask, some may say no. Let's find out what this drink's all about. I'm just going to crack her open here. Although, no lie, if somebody did hear this and chose to make an ASMR out of that, that would be hilarious. Also, tag me in it so that way I can use it. Here we go. First sip just to kind of get the palate ready. Okay, that is really good water. Wow. I mean, these bad boys are pricey. I had to go get these from Sprouts. They were about $2.30 a can. So for, water, for sparkling water, that's kind of on the expensive side, but it is worth it. It is actually really good. I really do enjoy it. It has it's a natural lime flavor, because I'm guessing you've all had at some point or other fake lime flavor or artificial lime flavor, and it just has a funky taste. It's like grape, they get close, or actually no, grape. No one has figured out how to make good tasting grape medicine yet. I'm just saying. But this is delicious. I definitely recommend it. And also, we just broke a trend here on this show, because primarily I drink energy drinks, but also, just a little news flash, I've kind of burned through almost all the energy drinks that I can consume. Because keep in mind, I don't really do the monsters. If I do the monsters, it's sugar-free. I will not do any of the ones with sugar. They just mess me up too much. I do not touch Red Bull. And this is quite a bit of a conundrum. When you look at the ingredients, Red Bull doesn't have nearly as much caffeine or taurine or as much of their stuff as a lot of the other energy drinks do. If you look at Monster and Red Bull, Monster has chock full more stuff than a Red Bull does. But something about Red Bull, and Red Bull doesn't even have that much caffeine in it. I've had coffee that has more caffeine than Red Bull. I've had pieces of caffeine gum that have more caffeine than Red Bull. Something about Red Bull just sends my heart into overdrive. It doesn't matter the variety. I've tried them all. The regular, the sugar-free, all the different editions, the peach edition, the white edition, all of those. I've tried every single variety you can think of. All of them do the same thing, so I just do not touch Red Bull. Just period. But as to why the other drinks don't affect me like that, I have no clue. I'm not a food scientist. I don't know none of that. So, but this Liquid Death, I highly encourage it. It is delicious. No, they are not paying me to do this, although that would be cool. I'm just saying. And now I have been going on for a while. We are getting close to the top of the hour. So up next, we got some ads, some sweepers, and then we got Hallelujah by Panic at the Disco. Enjoy. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh here with a quick check of your weather, now that we are in the 11 o'clock hour. Currently in Windsor, we are looking at 86 degrees, a high of 93, a low of 66, sunny skies and wind gusts of a whopping 2 miles per hour. Currently in Loveland, we are looking at 87 degrees with a high of 92, a low of 66, sunny skies and wind gusts of up to 7 miles per hour. Currently in Fort Lupton, we are looking at 87 degrees, a high of 93, a low of 64, sunny skies and wind gusts of a whopping 2 miles per hour. And currently on your home campus of Greeley, we are looking at 87 degrees, a high of 93, a low of 66. Sunny skies, wind gusts of up to a whopping 5 miles per hour. So yay, we get a little bit of a breeze in there. I tell you, folks, it has been quite a bit of a crazy one. Right now in the world of sports, we did just get bombshell news. Over this past summer, the hottest sports debate show in the country was Undisputed on FS1. We had Shannon Sharpe and we had Skip Bayless. Yes, the utter troll Skip Bayless. And over the summer, Shannon Sharpe requested and was approved for a buyout of his contract with Fox Sports, so he left, leaving Skip Bayless high and dry. Undisputed is scheduled to relaunch in a couple of weeks here, once the beginning of football season starts, with looks like a rotating panel of co-hosts to debate Skip Bayless, although I'm not sure that man can actually be debated because of how much of a troll he is. So some of the rumored debate partners for Undisputed will be Richard Sherman, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson. Keep in mind, some of these people did work for ESPN and were recently laid off as a wave of layoffs plagued the whole Disney company in a way to save money because of economics. Like I said, this is an entertainment show, not a news show. But in light of these events, there has just been this reshuffling across the board with both Fox and ESPN attempting to take the top spot for the sports debate show and who's going to be the best one in the country. We just found out a little over an hour ago on First Take. Sadly, that TV that we have in the booth only shows me stuff on the station. It does not show me ESPN, although I really wish it did. Joe, we're going to have a talk about this. We have just found out from Stephen A. Smith himself that Shannon Sharpe will be joining First Take a couple of days a week. It's going to be incredible. ESPN really is trying to recapture some of their audience right now. They're really changing the game. Obviously, First Take is going to change now that we have Shannon Sharpe joining. Stephen A. and Shannon are going to lose it every time the Cowboys lose, and I can't wait for that. That's just like prime television right there. We also have my boy, Pat McAfee. It is no secret on the show, I am a huge fan of what Pat McAfee has done. He struck out on his own. He created his media company. He has his wildly successful YouTube show. He's entertaining. He's not, there's no restraint on him when it comes to them talking about sports. The Pat McAfee show is all about just a celebration of sports in general. They obviously have, their side characters. You have Pat, the host, kind of talking about everything, getting pointers set up. You have the Toxic Table there as well, presenting their ridiculous takes sometimes. But the whole show is just very entertaining. And he got to this point without being part of an ESPN or a Fox Sports or anything like that. He struck out on his own. He had this huge sponsorship deal with FanDuel just to be the official sports book of his show, worth over $120 million. But now Pat kind of went for a different move. Now he has the official platform, we should say, because starting in September, the Pat McAfee show will continue on YouTube. It'll be a free show. There'll be no paywalls or anything like that. They're not going to change their content, which I don't even know how in the world Pat got that to go through, because if you listen to his show and all the people on it, they cuss up and down. They are not restrained, unlike most of the content on ESPN. They are unfiltered. They are fun. They will be on ESPN, but according to the terms of the deal that was signed, the content of the show itself will not change, which I am extremely excited for, because that means ESPN is going to have just this unfiltered group of sports fans just going off, and I am here for that. But we'll see what happens on the Fox Sports side of things as well. Keep in mind, Skip Bayless, and this is just me, I get what he does. That man thrives off of being a troll, but he's also done it for so long. I'm like, I've had it. Like, if you look at the list of people that he's going to have for this upcoming season of Undisputed, so Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, Richard Sherman and Skip Bayless do not get along. Those two will take shots at one another all day and night. honestly wouldn't be surprised if Richard Sherman just like drops him on air, because that's just that's a powder keg right there, just waiting to explode. Unless that's the point. I mean, anything for ratings these days, right? But we'll see where it goes from there. And on our I can't talk today, folks. It's been kind of a crazy day. It looks like we got a lot of people running around the fishbowl. Get to classes, y'all. Wow, I just sound like one of my old campus monitors from high school. And okay, the campus monitors, keep in mind for context here, I went to Greeley West, the old Greeley West, not the new one. I'm just saying that new building is way too nice for those kids. I'm just saying that as a person who went to the asbestos-filled old Greeley West that was way too small for that many students. Passing periods were a nightmare. The way that Greeley West was set up, you had one circular hub area that would go out to almost all the other classes, all the other classrooms in the school. So just about everybody and their mother, unless you got lucky and you happened to have a class on one of the outside classrooms or on the exterior walls of the school, you got lucky there because you could just go outside and walk around. But almost everything else was inside, so you had to squeeze through that hub, through that hallway. And keep in mind, these hallways aren't very big. They're about the size of these hallways that we have here at Beatty. Take away space because you have all the lockers in there as well. And you have, over 1,000+ people trying to navigate through that spot. Good Lord. You are in a world of hurt. You would get your feet stepped on. You would get smushed. If you were claustrophobic, the hub was not fun whatsoever. And on top of that, you have the campus monitors, and I'm not joking here because of how many kids there was. You couldn't hear them if they were just like, get to class. They had bullhorns. As it got closer and closer to the actual class starting, they would use the little siren function on them bullhorns. Good Lord. So that was absolutely insane. And honestly, I have memories, obviously, of the old Greeley West, some good, some bad. I mean, it's gone. They have that new fancy smanchy building. I've been in the new fancy smanchy building. Whew. If only I had been born maybe a few years later. No, I'm kidding. But anywho's, enough about me talking. I'll go ahead and kick it back to the music here on the Dumpster Fire 4.0 in celebration of the upcoming Taylor's version of 1989. We got a double dose of Taylor. We got Style and a Blank Space. And also just in celebration of Scooter Braun getting dumped by all of his clients, because Scooter Braun, I am not a fan of his, obviously. So seeing this, I mean, considering a lot of the animosity towards Scooter Braun kind of started when he... Let me rephrase that. If it wasn't for Scooter Braun doing Scooter Braun things and being a meanie, there would be no Taylor's versions. But he chose that path. It's backfired on him. Because of that, now that we have the reissues of these albums and all of the merch and all of the Taylor everywhere, it's backfired. Rather than playing it fast and being like, you'll never own your work. Bro, she is schooling you right now. Her fan base, the Swifties, I am part of that. We buy the Taylor's versions in droves. Why? Because we all want to help stick it to Scooter Braun. I want to stick it to Scooter Braun. So I'm not going to lie. It's very, how do I say this? His whole attempt to be like, haha, I pulled the fast one on you. It backfired on him terribly. And now Taylor's literally the biggest thing in the music industry. We're only 2 legs, in theory, into the Eras Tour, and it's projected to be the biggest selling tour of all time. That is absolutely unprecedented. And that's only 2 legs. She's still got more legs to go. Next year, she's doing another leg here in the States. It is absolutely ludicrous. Keep in mind, like some of the lists of the biggest selling tours, we got Guns N' Roses on that list. We got Roger Waters, Elton John, absolute music legends. If the projections go the way that they're going, she's going to top them all. She literally helped revive the U.S. economy because of people traveling to the cities to go see the shows. That is power. Say what you want about the music. In terms of business and making money, She knows the secret. And not only that, she's sharing the wealth. All of her crew members on that show, regardless of whether they were dancer, truck driver, the whole 9 yards, they got $100,000 bonuses. She treats her people well. That's good business. You treat your employees right, they'll stay around. She figured it out, and she's rolling it to the bank. Like, hey, Taylor, can I borrow some money? No, I'm kidding. But anyways, I'll let it get back to the music here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. And welcome back to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh. That was just Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. That was actually the first of the 1989 songs that we got a Taylor's version of several years ago. Like, it just kind of dropped out of the blue. We're getting the full album here in a few months, but that was the first one, and honestly, I do kind of dig the Taylor's version a little bit more. Just like hearing the maturity in her voice, like hearing some of the older songs but with her older voice, like it gives it a whole other layer. Like, for example, off of the Taylor's version of Speak Now, like Haunted and Back to December with the older, more mature voice. Because keep in mind, she's singing songs that she wrote, when she was still a young adult, still figuring it out, obviously being in the limelight, contentious celebrity relationships, because we all know tabloids love them celebrity relationships. A lot of those songs, kind of referred to those particular times in her life. So now hearing her sing them again, obviously she's older, she's a lot more experienced in the realm of celebrity, arguably the biggest celebrity on the entire planet right now. It is kind of cool to see that. And now there are other artists that have kind of stolen a page out of her book and are, re-recording some of their work. U2 is doing a bunch of re-recording right now, because obviously record labels, distribution, that all can get very messy very fast, especially if you're an artist that has kind of bounced around between multiple labels. It's a mess. Some record labels have these albums, some have these albums. It's very, very tricky nowadays. Always got to be careful if you do get big in the music industry. But also the content of her tour itself, the Eras Tour. Like I said, the biggest tour, arguably, it's going to be the biggest tour in history by the time it's done. To do a 3+ hour set, doing all of the hits from all of your albums, like that is an impressive production. And now we are seeing more artists kind of copy this kind of theme of just doing like a career retrospective. The Jonas Brothers are actually currently on tour right now. They only have 5 albums out. They're performing stuff from all those 5 albums. Drake and 21 Savage are doing the It's All a Blur tour. And it's the same thing. It's a career retrospective. So there are trendsetters and there are trend followers. Taylor's been setting the trends for a while now. Ooh, excuse me there. There is also rumored reports that she may show up as Dazzler in Deadpool 3, which I'm not going to lie, if that happens, that would be hilarious. But enough about that. That is it for us here today on the Dumpster Fire 4.0. We will be back next Tuesday. More laughs, more Dumpster Fire, more content, more madness, more chaos. I do thank you all so much for listening, because believe me, sometimes I'm like, does anybody actually hear me? But I know people do. All this unhinged, crazy energy. And I made a promise over the summer semester or in the fall semester, I was going to make this show as unhinged as possible. And I plan on continuing to do this. And believe me, there is a lot more to come. I still got a lot of wildness left in the tank. So be ready, folks. I may not be the most organized show on AIM Student Radio, but I'm for darn sure the craziest. And no one is taking that crown from me. This is the Dumpster Fire. I thank you all so much for listening, and you were all warned.